Hello, this is Mr. Jealous, and I'm going to talk to you today. This is our first video, and the first video we're going to talk how to take notes. Now, before we get started on how to take notes, I'm going to let you know that all of the direct instruction that I'm going to do this year or this summer, depending on whether it's regular school or summer school, is through video. I found that it's really effective to do all my direct instruction through video, and we're going to do that as your homework at night. So when you're at home at night, you're going to be in front of your computer or your phone or your iPad, whatever your device is, and you're going to learn the direct instruction that we're going to practice in class. There are three reasons why I have figured this out or why I've decided to do this. The first one is that you can go at your own pace. Whether you're a learner who learns fast or a learner who learns a little bit slower, you can go at your own pace, and you don't have to either wait for the rest of the class or the teacher doesn't go too fast for you and then you don't get all of the material down. Okay? The second thing is that in a traditional lecture, if you miss something, the teacher typically does one lecture and then you have to maybe get the notes from somebody else. A third reason is if you're absent, you can watch the entire lecture just like everybody else did, right? And you won't miss out and you're just copying somebody's notes. That doesn't really make too much sense when you're just copying things down. And then the last thing is that you can go back, and if you miss something or if you're a little bit confused, you can watch the video again and again and again. My personal recommendation is that you watch the video 5 times, okay? And I know some people are going to go, there's no way I'm ever going to watch the video 5 times. But you have the opportunity to if you want. If you're a little bit confused, if it doesn't make sense, you can go back and watch it again. It's kind of like this. Have you ever watched a movie? And on the first time, you watched the movie and it was a great movie, so you watched it again. And the second time, you saw some things that you didn't see in the first time. And then you watched it a third time and you saw a few things that you didn't see in the second or the first time. It's kind of like that. The more you watch something, the more items you're going to pick up. And then the quicker you're going to learn from that. So again, my recommendation, watch the video 5 times. Okay? So let's get started. So, how to take notes. So the first thing that you're going to do on your page when you're taking notes is you're going to write the title. After you write the title, you're going to write the date. So you have the title and the date. It's going to tell you what you're learning, and it's going to tell you the date that we started learning it. The next thing that you're going to copy down is you're going to copy down a link. Because if you ever want to refer back to this link, you can. And the link is always going to start with a bit.ly and then 2 forward slashes. I'm actually going to put the link in the School Loop comments page for you so that you can write it down easily. Okay, the third thing that you are going to do is you are going to keep your notes in a central location. Keep your notes in a central location. It's really, really important to know where your notes are, where the examples are, so you can refer back to them at any time. The best place that I ever heard that had students with a lot of success was they put them in a composition book. Okay? Composition book is the best place. So the reason why is because I'm never going to collect your notes. I'll check them to make sure they're good because you do get points for taking your notes and you get points for how neat and how good they look. So I will check them, but I'm never going to collect them. And sometimes it gets confusing with things that are collected, things that aren't collected, and I want to limit that confusion as much as possible. So a composition book would be the best place to have it. So first thing, a title, a date. You're going to write down the link. Then you want to keep them in a central location, and our composition book is the best place. So let's get started on what we're going to do, or how we're going to do it. So the first thing is you want to draw all examples and pictures. if a teacher is going through the process of writing down an example or a picture, they're probably going to be different examples of different types of problems. You should have every example and every picture written down. Take the time, make it look nice, make it look neat. Make it look nice and neat. Okay? The next thing you're also going to want to do is you're going to want to write all of the words I write on the board. Okay? So, again, similar to the examples in the pictures. If there's something that I'm writing down, it's very important that you write it down so you can refer back to it. Because I'm not going to waste my time, and I'm not going to waste your time by putting things in the notes that are not very important. Okay? Now, I'm going to put a little arc here and a little star because that's how we're going to do it. Draw all examples, write all the words down. And the last thing that we're going to talk about, that I'm going to talk about, is that you should use a lot of color when taking notes. Okay? Use a lot of color when taking notes. As you can see, I have had black, blue, red, more blue, more black, and green. So when you're taking notes, you want to use as much color as possible and make sure it's consistent. Okay? I use highlighters a lot. I use different colored pens. I use pencils. I use those, and I tell you at the beginning of the notes what I use and what I'm going to have. So you should probably mimic what I'm doing on my paper for your notes, or wherever, if I'm on the board, if I'm on a sheet of paper, maybe it's a PowerPoint that we're going over. So make sure that you use a lot of different color and write down all the examples and the words that I've written, and that's about it. With regards to why we take our notes, we take notes so that you can refer back to them and use them as examples. Okay, we want to have the opportunity to help each other out and to help myself out, and the best way to do that for me to learn is to have some examples that I can look at my examples and then I can compare them to some problems that we're doing. Okay, so good luck. That's it, and this is how we're going to take notes for this upcoming semester. Have a great day. Talk to you later.